Hello everyone, Link here. Very much confused on why we're sending loklok in, and I'm gonna be honest, it's pissing me off a bit because not only am I a very good TVP player, but on top of that, I guarantee you I have like my build against this guy would be like a diamond one going up against like a plat two. This is very one-sided. Sending in Warhawk, that's one thing. Sending in Heroku, like even though Heroku's a good player, that was a bad move because now what there's because basically one guy said like enough TVP. We're not doing TVP. And then lastly, they're like, we're not going to send you in because even if you can beat this guy, you have to beat the next guy. And let me ask you this: why are we sending in loklok, who's done by far the worst of our team so far? You have confidence in him against a 4K cannon rusher and this guy over me? Just saying. I feel like that's a very bad play. And if you're not going to send me in because of that reasoning, then send me in before Warhawk. Because he not only took Zen, which he said that he took it purely because like he's not gonna he doesn't want Heroku to play on it. But like he didn't even like say he's like, oh, he's super good at Zen. I'm super good at Zen. Like Zen's by far my best map. Like me, TVP Zen versus loklok is like the equivalent of a diamond one like against a plat three. No chance. No chance. Like I have won like almost 100%. I have almost 100% win rate against Nexus before Cybercore. And on Zen, the best map for my build, he would just struggle against it so much. Even if it didn't completely kill him, like he would have definitely lost far too much to be in any position. Like I would have had a big worker lead even if I didn't kill him immediately. And this is something that kind of angers me because my TVP is by far better than my TVT or my TVZ. Like my TVZ is like plat 2, plat 3. My TVT is where my rank is kind of accurate, and my TVP is like diamond 2, diamond 1. So, to some extent, I understand, like, can you beat this next guy, who's a cannon rusher? Because my build is semi soft to cannon rushing. But if you were going to be like that, then why didn't you send me in earlier? Looks like someone's lagging. It's loklok. Okay, don't go crazy, Captain. Actually, I'm not sure how that would work in the rules. Like, if loklok isn't able to play it because he can't get a steady connection, would it end up? Would we have to like? Would it end up being a walkover, even though we have extra players to play? I would assume not because I feel like that would be kind of BS. But like, I guess it's a bit of a question mark because like it could count as like a loss in a way because he wasn't able to get his connection up. But I feel like if it's just for connection purposes, you should just be able to pick another player. Yeah, we'll definitely try to remake once, but if we can't remake again, then okay, last second. Wasn't even really last second. It even said zero. Why is loklok? Okay, okay, I can definitely tell something's wrong. Yeah, I'll keep all this in. Something was definitely wrong because he wasn't making a single SCV there. He wasn't sending one down to build a CC. So definitely something was wrong connection wise. Even though like the game was continuing, loklok definitely did not like look like he was in a position to continue. So we'll remake this real quick. We'll see how this goes. If it ends up being super long, I might cut this bit out. I wonder. I'm thinking of a build in my head. The problem is I can't really like test builds out with my friends because like if I'm like I want to test this build out against this, can you do this versus me? Like people won't usually do that to me. They'll usually just tell me something whether it's like actually true or not, but I actually want to like test it. So it's a little annoying, but it's all right. especially if it's a build that like it's not something I would use on like ladder. It's only something I would use in a team league where I'm like, okay, if I know this guy's a cannon rusher, I want to do this build basically. So the maps left are I think we had two maps left. I think it's Sleepers and Eternal Empire. And yeah, we're going Sleepers first. Now this should be loklok's map choice, which is a little surprising because not only do a lot of Terrans hate playing on World of Sleepers, but Eternal Empire is my second favorite Terran map. So it's pretty surprising for me to see him pick that first, unless there's like a specific reason he wants Eternal Empire for cannon rushing, which I personally can't think of in my head exactly how that helps. I guess I guess maybe like the minerals that divide the third base locations, maybe that can be a bit of annoying for cannon rushing because you can cannon rush on like the other side. But that's not really a factor against Terran. It's a factor against Zerg, I guess, because Lings can't really get to those cannons properly. They have to go like all the way around. But against Terran, I don't really see that being that big of a factor. So yeah, I don't really see this map being I don't see any big reason that this map is better than Eternal Empire for cannon rushing. If anyone has an idea of how like a cannon rush position, please let me know in the comments. And also, by the way, even though loklok has a gold border, I'm pretty certain that's just because he's playing NA. I think he's in Diamond, and even if he wasn't in Diamond, he'd probably be in Platinum in EU. So in the top right, it is loklok. In the bottom left, one game away from all killing, from reverse all killing our team, it is LilzLot. Another thing that I think about is that I feel like with the way that LilzLot's playing, he's quite weak to drop play because our Terrans haven't actually dropped LilzLot pretty much at all. They've mainly just been going for frontal pushes, and I feel like with the way that he's playing, I feel like drop play could be really good versus him. So I'm hoping that loklok does that. Yeah, Gateway Nexus. And for a second, I was about to say he could have prevented that, but because I thought I saw a supply depot, but there wasn't one. And it would be quite weird if he did have a supply depot. He is chasing that probe to make sure that he can build a CC here. Not actually running away with the probe there. Yeah, at this point, he can go back because his probe's damaged, so he has to regen a little bit before he can go back. And yeah, he actually won't win this fight because he had some of his shields damaged. Because probes beat SEVs in a fight. Looks like he's gonna go back for follow-up scout. Yep, I actually personally like this because if he keeps sending that probe in, especially since he's building a reactor, he's just gonna keep getting information, and it's just gonna be a unit that's gonna get his cost way too much. And also, yep, now LilzLot's getting some lag. The thing is, I actually don't know what will happen. Like, if loklok just can't play because of connections, I really don't know what's gonna happen. They say Brazil's a rubbish. I should be in the East. Yeah. manage to see it. That is definitely a big mistake. Yeah, he's going for the exact same build. At this point, if this guy all kills us when he's done the exact same build 3 and to some extent 4 games in a row, because it was the same build with just a slight modification, I'm going to be very mad at my team, especially because they didn't send me in. Not just because they didn't send me in, though, but because this is a build that's very easy to deal with. It's a very greedy build. You go Blink with no stalkers, and he positions the stalkers basically at a drop position. All you gotta do is do some sort of early push. Hellions might work here. Usually I don't like Hellions, but against the way he plays, it might work. I'm not certain though, because usually he'll position like stalkers like here or here, and he'll have one stalker here. So if 4 Hellions run in, and he kills quite a few units, it could work well for him. I'll be back in a sec. Just got back in time for that. Oh, he's clumping up his probes. That's exactly what you don't want to do against Hellions. Ooh. Now, there was a bit of lag, so it wouldn't surprise me if LilzLot ended up complaining and blaming that. Which I don't want to make it sound like oh, he's just complaining, he lost fair and square, that type of crap. I actually do think that there is lag, and that's the reason it happened. I wouldn't complain too much, but complaining a little is reasonable. But also, I want to point out that I also want to point out that Hellions are just in general good versus him. Now this looks like a slightly different. He went for Robo Bay, I think, quite a bit earlier than his last games. We got Cloak on the way? Yep, we do. Now usually that's not too good versus this guy because he likes to build observers quite a bit. It looks like he's sending the observer across. If he puts his Marines in a bunker, I actually think he can defend against this, especially if he moves 2 stalkers in before the other guys. Yep, he's moved a Banshee in. He's not controlling this Banshee, though. If he did, he would be able to kill quite a few more probes. Either way, he's still done quite a lot of damage here. And yeah, it's enough for LilzLot to say GG. I'm a little surprised he didn't just try to at least attack with his stalkers, because I guess he did see the siege tank with a small chunk of bios. So he's like, he's gonna, even if he trades army for him, he's not going to be able to do enough damage. So back to 3-3. Even though I really want our team to win, it does feel kind of cheap winning because of lag. Even though, to be fair, I don't think it's like it guarantees like loklok a winner. Like, it quite heavily favors loklok. But personally, if I'm in LilzLot's position, it's okay to complain about it. But saying stuff like we should restart the game, that was a completely lag based win, we should never play on that, blah blah blah, that's a bit too much. So I think that LilzLot took that okay. I'm just hoping I don't see any more complaining in Discord. Let's just say that. I think I think it was quite reasonable for for LilzLot to be angry there because of lag, especially because you generally shouldn't play if there's lag. If you are the one causing the lag, you shouldn't play. Like, a lot of the time with a lot of different games, you'll be kicked simply because you're lagging too much. So let's just pray that loklok doesn't lag the next game out, because that could be quite confusing and could be very bad for our team if the admins get involved. So see you all in the final game.